The CES 2024 show continues to bring some of the latest and greatest tech from the largest companies from around the world. This included everything from the latest in robots and EV vehicles and more. These robots were a definite hit when it came to the CES show, from snowblowers, carpet cleaners, and more. They even had robots that could make your favorite cafe mocha on the go. I even waited in line for one of these, but obviously it was a little bit too long. I moved on to check out some of the latest and greatest rides from the entertainment industry, and even aviation industry was there to show off concept vehicles to make personal flying a little bit easier and possibly something of the wave of the future that we could see maybe in the next 10 years. Concept cars and EVs were definitely a big hit at the CES show this year. Anything from Honda was definitely drawing big crowds, as they had a new concept vehicle that just seemed like something that was more out of Back to the Future too. They even had vehicles showing off their 4-quad steering to make pretty much parking problems a thing of the past, which they were controlling this from a smart device. Other companies like Lotus Robotics were there. They were showing off some of their latest and greatest, like the robots that they had were cleaning streets, and these were fully autonomous, which they were kind of mesmerizing just watching them work. Hyundai, Caterpillar, and Bobcat were also there showing off fully autonomous vehicles and electric new skid steers as well.
And the product behind me here is the world's first all-electric skid steer loader, the Bobcat S7X. Bobcat is the originator of the compact equipment industry, did this 65 years ago, and we're reimagining it with an all-electric version, the S7X.
They also had other concept designs, such as this Mars rover. This is actually from Jackery, which this won a few awards, as it deploys its own solar panels to keep it moving, and this was actually drawing consistent crowds. It was pretty impressive. Although it is a concept design, I don't think we'll ever see it in production, but pretty cool that it was there. But for the main reason of my visit at the CES show in Las Vegas was really to check out all that was new at EcoFlow, Bluetti, and more. This was actually the official launch day of the new Delta Pro Ultra, which this has already been on my channel as I continue to test it, and myself and other testers agree that so far this is a pretty impressive unit. Being able to have 240 volt is really a game changer, and you can charge it with multiple devices, and the solar input is huge. The new smart home panel too is a much improved product, and we hope to see other future products from EcoFlow come out, like this new Powerwall. This could be something that we see in the near future, maybe a year, maybe 2 years out, but this is really to directly compete with Enphase and Tesla Powerwalls. Bluetti was also on hand to show off some of their products as well, which they ended up having a new line which they call the AC240P, or well, the P just stands for premium. These are also IP65 rated, so they are dust and water resistant, which is kind of nice if you want something a little more rugged. They also came out with their new fridge, which this is already being seen on other channel reviews, which this is actually pretty nice concept, as it does have a built-in ice maker. This is a little bit more of a traditional ice maker and is a little bit better. It also has DC output power and can be charged with solar. It will utilize a power type pod battery. This is over 714 watt hours, and this is going to be kind of a new lineup to be able to go into multiple power stations like this AC180T. This is going to be able to have 2 of these and provide over 1400 watt hours of energy. Bluetti also changed out the annoying cables that everybody seemed to hate. These ones are definitely a lot slimmer and also more flexible. They do have the AC240 line, which this is going to be just slightly cheaper and have less watt hours. I don't know all the specs that are going to be different, but it's just not the premium line as the AC240P will be, so maybe we'll see what these look like later on. Jackery was also on hand with their concept Mars rover, but the thing I found a little bit more interesting was the rooftop tent at over 1,000 watts, so it'll be interesting to see when this actually comes out. But another thing I was excited to see was that Yoshino was back with a new item and using solid state power, and this time I think they may have really hit a home run, as this new concept device, which is still not available yet but will be soon, this is really going to be a game changer for some. This is going to have 120 and 240 volt out, but high solar input and a low solar input as well. It'll also come with USB-C out and other DC out as well, like the Anderson outlets, along with a new screen, but you can also level 2 charge this as well. This will also be able to be paralleled with other batteries, so we'll see how far we can actually expand this, and hopefully this is something we will see on the channel in the near future. Anker was also on hand to show off their Solex line like the F2600, which this has a 2400 watt inverter and over 2500 watt hours of power, and it is mobile, so it does have a telescoping handle to make it more portable. But I was interested in the F3800, which this has the ability to put out 120 and 240 volt, so maybe we will see it on the channel, but so far the reviews are 50-50. Goal Zero finally returns with something new, the Yeti Pro 4000. This new lithium iron phosphate power station will have the ability to have 4,000 watt hours and put out 3,600 watts through the inverter. Now this is actually pretty nice as it does have dual solar inputs, which one of them will be a high input and the other one will be a low input, and it will have DC out as well, along with a travel trailer 30 amp connector. They also showed off a couple of their DC fridges, which both of these are going to be powered with an LG compressor. These are really nice, and I hope to see these on the channel soon, so we'll see what happens down the road. We even stopped by to check out Pecron, as this is probably one of the best budget lines you can get. This new E3600 LFP, this is a 3600 watt inverter with 3000 watt hours of power. Now this also has a travel trailer 30 amp plug, which for the RV community, this will actually be a nice unit as it's super compact. It also has 3 solar inputs, which this can take up to 2400 watts of solar in, which is pretty crazy for a unit of this size. And being that it is on the cheaper line, the expansion batteries are also cheap and will take up a small footprint inside an RV, so this could be a really good item to have, and I hope to see it on the channel.
Well, I hope you guys like checking out some of the new products here at CES 2024. There is so much to see and do. It literally takes days just to check out all the new stuff that is here, but hopefully we see some of those new products on the channel real soon. I hope you guys liked the video, and I hope to see you in the next one.